All right, folks, let's talk Bitcoin. Is it just another tech bro buzzword, or is it something bigger? You see those Wall Street bros in their fancy suits? Bitcoin is giving them a serious case of the sweats. Why? Because Bitcoin isn't just a currency, it's a revolution. It's a big middle finger to the traditional financial system. Think about it. For years, we've been told to trust banks, governments, the whole shebang. But then 2008 happened. The financial crisis exposed the cracks in the system. People lost their homes, their savings, their faith. Bitcoin emerged from that chaos, a digital middle finger to the establishment. It's a decentralized currency, meaning no single entity controls it, not governments, not banks, not even Mark Zuckerberg. It's about putting the power back in the hands of the people. And that, my friends, is a powerful idea. So, why did Bitcoin even come about? Let's face it, the traditional financial system is about as transparent as a brick wall. Remember the 2008 financial crisis? Banks were gambling with our money, and they crashed the whole system. People lost their livelihoods, their homes, everything. Bitcoin was born out of that frustration. It was created by someone or some group going by the mysterious name Satoshi Nakamoto. Their goal to create a decentralized, transparent system. One where no single entity could manipulate the rules. In the traditional system, transactions go through banks. They charge fees and they're prone to hacks and fraud. Bitcoin cuts out the middleman. Transactions happen directly between users, recorded on a public ledger called the blockchain. This technology is revolutionary. It's like a digital record of every Bitcoin transaction ever made, accessible to everyone. It's transparent, secure, and it's changing the game. Okay, so we get it. Bitcoin is different, but how does it actually work? Imagine a giant digital ledger, like a book that everyone can see. This is the blockchain. Every time someone makes a Bitcoin transaction, it's recorded in this ledger. But here's the catch. These transactions need to be verified. That's where miners come in. Imagine them as digital accountants competing to solve complex mathematical problems. The first miner to solve the problem gets to add the next block of transactions to the blockchain. This process is called mining because it requires a lot of computing power. Miners are rewarded with Bitcoin for their efforts. This system, known as proof of work, ensures that the blockchain is secure and tamper-proof. It's like a giant decentralized puzzle. No single entity controls it. It's transparent, secure, and it's the backbone of Bitcoin. Section 4, Bitcoin's edge. First in line and here to stay. Let's be real, Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency on the block. It's like the OG of the crypto world. This first mover advantage gives it a massive head start. Think about it. When you hear crypto, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Probably Bitcoin, but it's not just about name recognition. Bitcoin has the largest and most established network. It's like the internet of crypto. This network effect creates a virtuous cycle. The more people use Bitcoin, the more valuable it becomes. This network effect also makes Bitcoin more secure. Remember those miners? They're incentivized to keep the network running smoothly because they've got skin in the game. They've invested time, money, and energy into Bitcoin. They're not going to let it fail. So is Bitcoin here to stay? That's the million-dollar question. Literally, it's still early days, but one thing's for sure. Bitcoin has disrupted the game. It's challenged the status quo and forced us to rethink the way we think about money. Section 5, the Bitcoin roller coaster, volatility and other challenges. Hold on to your hats, folks, because the Bitcoin roller coaster is about to take off. 1 minute it's soaring to new heights, the next it's plummeting back to earth. This volatility is not for the faint of heart. Remember, Bitcoin is still a relatively new technology. It's like the Wild West out there. There are no established rules, no safety nets. This regulatory uncertainty makes investors nervous, leading to wild price swings. Then there are the environmental concerns. Remember those miners using all that computing power? Well, it turns out that mining Bitcoin consumes a lot of energy, like a lot. We're talking about the same amount of energy as entire countries. And let's not forget about the potential for fraud and scams. Because Bitcoin is decentralized and transactions are anonymous, it can be a breeding ground for illegal activity. These challenges are real and they can't be ignored, but there are also opportunities for innovation and improvement. Section 6, Generational Divide, Boomers, Millennials, and the Future of Money. Let's talk about the generational divide when it comes to Bitcoin. Boomers, the generation that grew up with traditional banks and physical currency, are often skeptical. They see Bitcoin as risky, volatile, and maybe even a little bit shady. Millennials and Gen Z, on the other hand, are digital natives. They grew up with the internet, smartphones, and the constant flow of information. They're more comfortable with digital currencies and the idea of a decentralized financial system. This generational divide is about more than just technology. It's about trust. Millennials and Gen Z have seen the flaws in the traditional system. They're looking for alternatives, and Bitcoin represents that. It's a new way of thinking about money, a way that's more transparent, more accessible, and more in line with their values. Section 7, Bitcoin's next chapter, revolution or bust. So what's next for Bitcoin? Will it revolutionize the financial system or go down in flames like a burning pile of Doge memes? Honestly, nobody knows for sure. It's a high-stakes game, folks. Bitcoin has the potential to change the world, but it also faces significant challenges. It needs to address its volatility, its environmental impact, and the need for clearer regulation. But here's the thing, revolutions are rarely predictable. They're messy, they're chaotic, and they often come with a healthy dose of risk. But they also have the power to change the world as we know it. Whether Bitcoin succeeds or fails, it's already sparked a movement. It's forced us to question the status quo and imagine a different kind of financial future. And that, my friends, is something worth paying attention to. Check out our website for more related posts. www.silvercrosscapital.com